AITA for demanding respect from my DIL, and if she can't, then get the fuck out. I'm a young mill, I'm only 39. Had my kids pretty young, and I am very lucky that my husband makes a lot of money so I don't have to work. I was a som for a long time, and once they started to spread their wings instead of going to work, my husband and I decided I would be a homemaker and be active in the community. That's what I have been up to, and I try to make the community a better place. Now my oldest son 22 married, and I was really excited until I met her. In general, she is a very business-focused person that is very blunt. I actively dislike her, but I try to be polite for my son's sake. A few examples of why I don't like her. Her wedding gift I handed over saying it was from me and my husband. She responded back with "just your husband, since I know it wasn't your money that paid for it." Saying I am volunteering, well, that's not a real job since it doesn't make money. It's passive-aggressive, and yes, I have talked to my son about it, and even once is with her to try to clear the air. We had a get-together last night and I made a homemade meal. When I was playing everything, she came up and made the comment, no wonder I could make a home-cooked meal, I don't do anything else with my day. I lost it and told her that she needs to respect me or get the fuck out of my house. She was shocked and then started to cry when I did kick her out. My son is pissed and we had a huge argument and he called me a huge asshole. I need an outside opinion. NTA Wow. She's a total awe. Just because you don't conform to her business-focused personality doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. What you and your husband have works for the two of you, and you volunteer for the community. Whether it pays or not doesn't take away from your commitment and responsibility you show to others. DIL is a piece of work. What does husband say to all of this? My husband hates her. I had to drag him to the wedding. Only so it wouldn't destroy his and our kids' relationships. Look, I hate to say this, but it sounds like your son doesn't respect you. She acted like she was better than you, more than once, and your son should have nipped that in the bud the first time. Basic respect for partners' parents should be a hill to die on. Honestly, you should sit him down, the three of you sans wife, and see what the heck is going on. This woman might be twisting facts or not. If he can't see how wrong her behavior is and doesn't check her, I'd just minimize the contact with both for as long as needed, preferably till he comes to his senses. NTA. Holy crap. She's putting you down for being a som for what? Shits and gigs? That's very small of her. She's the asshole, and the fact that you've talked to your son about this and how he's most likely seen her make these comments makes him an asshole too. I firmly believe that you don't marry someone because they get along with your family, but that doesn't mean they get to treat your family like shit. NTA. How on earth could your son be justifying this behavior? He says it's cultural, but this woman was raised in the same country as me and is the same race, so I don't know how it's cultural to be a dick. It's cultural to disrespect your boyfriend's mom in her own home. Lol. Your son is full of shit and he knows LT. NTA. What the hell? Who made her the boss of what women should and shouldn't do, or what does and doesn't count as contribution? She needs to keep her condescending comments and judgments to herself. NTA. Somebody welcomes you into their home, cooks you a meal, and your response is backhanded comments like that. GTFO. And your son is an because he doesn't want to deal with the fact his wife is rude AF. And instead is making it your problem because to him that's easier than addressing the real problem. Coward for letting somebody come treat his own mother like that and just watching it happen. NTA. Your DIL is only a girl and needs to grow up and learn what basic respect is and how to give it. You tried to be polite about her disrespect by addressing it with your son, and she still doesn't seem to understand. A verbal slap in the face seems to have been necessary to call her attention to her bad behavior. You just know she's off somewhere crying. I didn't do anything but tell the truth. I'm such a truthful person. Why is that offensive? What did I do? She doesn't understand relationship dynamics and how a person can contribute more than just money, and that is often just as valuable as money. These people need to grow up. NTA. But your son and his wife sure are. Your son should never tolerate that kind of BS from his wife. For the wedding gift, I would have said, my contribution was wrapping it and bringing it, but since it's not really from me, this never happened, and snatch the gift back. Yeah, this smells like context is missing. A whole lot of, I do nothing wrong, she's just rude to me out of nowhere, vibes here. NTA. Tell your son they're not allowed back in your house until she apologizes. Info. What is your and your husband's emotional and financial relationship with your oldest son and your other children? How old is your husband? What did your daughter-in-law say or do at your first meeting that made you actively dislike her? Why were you really excited until you met her? We are very well off. My husband is more the no-words type and I am the one that was the emotional relationship. I thought our relationship was pretty good. My husband is 3 years older than me. We first met at a restaurant and I went to pay. It was a big bill. She commented how I can afford it since I don't work. That started the snide remarks from then on about me using my husband's money. I was excited due to only having boys and I thought it would be nice to have another woman in the family. I was hoping to invite her to do stereotypical girl activities, like the spa, but I never did because the comments started real quick. NTA. She is being rude as hell and shouldn't be in your home again until she apologizes. Even if she thinks that you are a deadbeat freeloader, she needs to learn to keep that shit opinion to herself when talking with you or in your house. This is too brief and lacking in detail to possibly be the full story. I'm not saying YTA, but there has to more to the bigger picture. These fake posts are getting out of hand. This is written in a way where I don't believe your version of events. Why do you dislike the DIL? It stems from somewhere and I'm positive your DIL is just returning your energy. I have doubts this reads true. NTA. DIL is extraordinarily rude. How dare she suggest that a gift from you and your husband was only from him? Outrageous. No doubt you worked hard to make a home-cooked meal and instead of gratitude you received contempt. NTA. Whether or not you work and how you share finances is between you and your husband and is none of her business. If she was previously unaware that such comments are rude, she's aware now. You are 100% right. But if you care to salvage your relationship with your son or try to build one with her, it may be in your best interest to offer a sit-down with them both. Give her the benefit of the doubt that she was possibly raised by wolves who never taught her such comments are out of bounds, and ask for a fresh start. Remember that this woman will likely bear your grandchildren and will have a great deal of control over what type of relationship you get to have with them. Oh, when they have children, DIL will be very glad to have free childcare, because grandma doesn't do anything with her day. And grandma is young. She actually could help childcare. Our 1-year-old kid has 4 loving grandparents who are all 70 plus. They adore him but can't really keep up. And I wouldn't ask them for childcare. This DIL has little awareness of the world and doesn't understand what the future holds. Maybe she's too business-minded to want any kids. Lol. NTA. Whenever someone describes themselves as blunt, it's just an excuse for them to use for when they start being assholes. Your DIL is an asshole. Who cares if you didn't physically pay for the gift? You had the thought, so it did come from you too. I would be taking that gift back. Being a som isn't just laying around. It's doing laundry, grocery shopping, cleaning, etc. Don't invite your son or your DIL back until they are ready to apologize. Although your DIL seems set on being an awe. I'm suspecting we don't have all the details here.